Okay, so this is our mix review part 2. This is the next assignment you're gonna do. This is due March 30th. So if you're done with the first assignment, you can go ahead and be ahead in the game and start this assignment. So you click this and you get to this link here. And this is what the assignment looks like. This is what you're gonna see. All right, so we already did this in the last assignment. So I gave you a freebie already. Now, we're gonna go here. We're gonna start with number 2. Can you pass me a tissue? A tissue. Alright, so the store owner made a list of number greeting cards sold last month. The store sold 167 thank you cards, 285 birthday cards, and 56 blank cards. Based on the data, which number is closer to the probability of the next customer will buy a blank card? So we have Q's method, right? 167 blank, 285 birthday, 56 blank cards, and this is the question, right? And we haven't done probability yet, so this is why we're doing this. It's a mix of all different topics. Probability would be our action word. And so what you're gonna do here is add up all of these cards, get the total, right? And then find out how many, the probability of the next customer to pick the blank card is. You take these 3, 7 plus 285 plus 56, and you'll get 508. Oops. And this 508 is the total amount of cards. So you take the probability of the blank card, which is 56, and divide it by 508, and you'll get 0.11. And the probability that a customer will pick a blank card will be 0.11. I'll leave that up for a second, and then I will move on. Hand sanitizer, make sure my hand clean. Okay. So, all right, leave that up for a second. These gloves on. It's like an episode right here. All right. Get right into it. All right. So one wipe here, another wipe there. We're good to go. All right. So, looks like a probability question. Can you guys see this? All right, I'll bring it a little bit closer. Here we go. I know that's a little better for you guys. Right there. The label on a 1 1/2 pound bag of wildflower seeds states that it will cover an area of 375 feet. Based on this information, what is the number of square feet that 1 pound of flower seed will have? So again, you have Q's method. Ooh. Okay, we cover area 375 square feet. Based on information, was the number of square feet that 1 pound wildflower seeds. So here to find out the number of what number of square feet that 1 pound wildflower seeds will cover. Number of square feet. I have to find the action word. What is the number of square feet? Okay, this is what they're asking for, number of square feet. So we'll want to find the two things they're comparing. So wildflower seeds and the area that it covers. So here, 1 1/2 pound of wildflower seeds, you can either write this as a fraction or decimal. 1 1/2 is same as saying 1.5. So 1 1/2 wildflower seeds, I put wildflower as WF over 375 square feet. SF equals, now it says the second proportion, what is the number of square feet? So we don't know what that is, so we'll put X. That will cover a 1 pound wildflower seed. And here's our proportion. And then what you do next is cross multiply. So 1.5 times X is 1.5X equals 375 times 1. Now 1.5X is multiplication. I'll bring this out. 1.5X is multiplication. So to eliminate this 1.5, you do the inverse, which is division. 1.5, 1.5. This eliminates 375 divided by 1.5, and X will give you 250, and it'll be our answer. So you gotta know what, when you're doing probability, when you're doing proportions, equations, and these type of questions would help you differentiate whether you do either or. What procedure you would do with each type of question. This is why I'm giving you a mix of different questions on one assignment. So you can pause that. Right now I'm gonna erase this. Ooh. Gotta wipe. Then I gotta dry. All right. Here, you guys will do this on your own. I'll skip this. That's it. Give me. That's easy. Oh, don't forget. You're gonna put your answer here, like the last assignment. Right? You're gonna put your answer here, whether it's A, B, C, or D, and then either you show your work or explain how you got your answer here. And you type that in. Just so I don't forget. Tell you guys that. 5. What? Oh. Ew, what the? I'm sorry for all of this nonsense. This is getting annoying. Let's go up here. Alright, good. Alright. So, can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Good. The scale of a model train is 1 inch to 13.5 feet. So already you like to give us a proportion. So I'll write that already down. Model train, MT, model train, and feet. 1 inch to 13.5 feet equals, one of the cars in the model train is 5 inches long. So I put another MT, model train, and feet. One of the cars in the model train is 5 inches long. What is the length in feet of the actual train car? So the X for this, and this is 5 inches long. Okay. So the X is for feet. Do I have to convert this? To feet? And feet. Okay. So here, let me see the proportion right. Alright. So 1 times 5 is 5. I'll put this over here. Equals 13.5 times X, 13.5X. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, yes. I made a mistake here. The model train is 5 inches, so that goes up here for MT. and then asking for the length in feet. So that goes here. Okay, so 1 times x is 1x equals 13.5 times 5, which would give you 67.5. Now to get the x by itself, you divide, because this is multiplication. 1x is 1 times x. So you divide on both sides. Let me see if I have that there. Good. That eliminates. Divide by 1. X equals 67.5. And that would be A. So you want to answer that. Click your answer. Cursor. Put A. Alright. As you guys can see that. And then you go here. Explain why you did your answer. You go to here. Explain what you did. Or you can show this. It's up to you. Alright. Erase, 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 erase. Six. We did 6 already in last assignment, so I'll leave that for you guys. 7. So here it says this is oh my goodness. There we go. This is a statistics and probability question. So I'll bring this up here. So the test scores and the students in Mr. Duffy's class are shown in a line plot below. So here we got, and the X tells us how many students got what score. So 1 student got 60, 2 students got 75, 4 students got 80, 5 students got 85, 3 students got 90, 2 students got 95, 1 student got 100. Most of the students in Ms. Guzman's class scored higher than most of the students in Mr. Duffy's class. Okay, so these answers, A, B, C, and D, are going to represent the score of Ms. Guzman's class. Which line plot could represent the test scores of students in Ms. Guzman's class? Knowing that most of the students in Ms. Guzman's class scored higher than these students. All right, so I'm looking. So here, if you guys can see this, we're focused on A. So I'll write this down here for Ms. Guzman. Duffy's class. So 1 student got a 60, 75. Let me go back over here and see again. 2 students got 75. 4 students, 85. 5 students, 90. 3 students, 95. 2 students, 100. 1 student. All right. So that's my data that I'm writing down. So you guys can see that. This is my data I'm writing down. Okay? So A looks like A. Looks like A, 1 student got a 50. 2 students got 75, okay. 4 students got an 80, okay. 5 students got an 85, 3 students got a 90, 2 students got a 95, and 1 student got 100. But this 1 student getting a 50 is gonna bring the total class average lower than Mr. Duffy's class. So this wouldn't be it. Here, 1 student got a 55, 2 students got a 65, 4 students got a 70, 5 students got a 75, 3 students got 80, 2 students got 85, 1 student got 90. Because more students scored lower than Mr. Duffy's class, like this 55 and this 65, these two 65s, this 155 is going to bring the average down lower than Mr. Duffy's class, but 2 students got 65 opposed to 2 students getting 75. 4 students got a 75 opposed to 4 students got an 80, having an 80. 5 students got a 75 opposed to 5 students having an 85 in Mr. Duffy's class. So 3 students got an 80 opposed to 3 students get a 90. So look, comparing these numbers, we can already tell that this class would be higher, Mr. Duffy, and we want Miss Guzman's class to have a high average. So this wouldn't be it neither. So now we're at C. C. We have here, one student got a 60. Okay. Two students got 75. Okay. 3 students got an 80. 5 students got an 85. 1, 2. Yep. 4 students got a 90. 3 students got a 95. No student has 100. 85. Okay. Because 3 students has a 80 here, and then I believe this would even out because even though students have an 80, okay, 5 students have 85. Even though 4 students have a 90 opposed to 3 students here, and 3 students have a 95 opposed to 2 students having here, this 100 would even out. So this wouldn't be it either. And now we're at D, where 1 student has 65. Okay, 2 students have an 80. All right, that's higher than what we had. Oh no. But opposed to 2 students having an 80 here and 2 students have 75, this average will even out more. 3 students have an 85. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students have a 90 opposed to 3 here. 4 students have a 95 opposed to 2 here, and 3 students have 100 opposed to 1 here. So clearly this is higher. Just comparing the numbers, this would be higher than Mr. Duffy's class. So this would be our answer. And again, you put your answer here, D, and then why do you choose the answer? You know, looking back at the video and my explanation, you could write that here. Eight. This is my 4th question. We did 9 already in the other assignment, so we're going to 8. For her cell phone plan, Heather pays $30 per month plus $5 cents per text. She wants to keep her bill under $60 per month. That's our goal. That's a month. Ooh. Which inequality, okay, action word, represents the number of texts Heather can send each month while staying on her budget. So here I'm gonna write an equation. She pays 5 cents per text. So X stands for number of texts plus $30 per month. So it says you could write, this is a less than sign, greater than, less than, greater than. So Heather can send 600 texts. Heather can send more than 600 texts. Heather can send less than 1,800 texts. Heather can send greater than 1,800 texts. So let's try this first. Let's try 600 and then 1,800. So 0.05 times 600 plus 30 gives us exactly 600. Wait, no, not 600, sorry. 60. Apologize, my apologies. This is number 8. Yep. So, this gives us $60. And she wants to keep her bill under $60. So, if you send more than 600 texts, your bill will be greater than $60 a month. So, with that being said, Heather can only send less than 600 texts. For 9, you could just, what you can do here is just, what I would do here is enter, right, create some space. I can actually do this now, answer, shift, and then enter again. Explain your answer. See how I'm doing this on the Xbox? Ain't this cool? There we go. Oops, spelled that wrong. All right, and that does with that. 9, we already did another assignment, so I'll leave that to you. And 10 will be the last number I do. We'll go through 11 through 15 on the live, and then 16 to 20 will be on your own. So here it says Cassie rolls a fair number cube with 6 faces labeled 1 through 6. Okay, she rolls a number of cubes 300 times, which result is most likely. Okay, so here it says Cassie will roll a 1 or a 2 about 50 times. So a cube has 6 faces: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, and 5 are odd, obviously, on a cube. 2, 4, and 6 are even. Right? And this is probability. So it says Cassie roll a 1 or 2 about 50 times, right? A 1 or 2, that's 2 out of 6. She rolls 300 times. This is 1/3, right? Reduce it to 1/3. 50 times out of 300 is, if you divide by 50, great common factor, you'll get 1/3, right? 50 is 1/3 of 300. About 50 times, there's no guarantee. The probability of that happening is a little low, so I'll leave that here. B, Cassie will roll a 1 or 2 exactly 50 times. Exactly, we don't know that because no one rolled. So that's not really exact. That's not really an exact. There's no guarantee if I roll this dice 300 times that I'm exactly gonna have 1 or 2 50 times. There's no guarantee of that. About is more probable, because about means that it may happen or it may not happen. It could be, that number could be close. Cassie roll an even number about 150 times. So she could roll a 1, 3, and 5 about 150 times. And 150, C, I'll put it up here. 150 over 300, if you do the greatest common factor is 150, that's 1/2. 150 is half of 300. About 150 times, that could be probable because it's the difference between this and this is 2 numbers and this is 3 numbers. So the greater chance of, I believe that Cassie have a greater chance of rolling 1, 3, or 5 150 times than 1 or 2 50 times, because the more numbers you have, the more probable it would happen. The probability would be higher that it would happen. So I'm gonna go with this answer, but I'm gonna go with D. I'm gonna look at D, and it says Cassie will roll an even number of exactly 150 times. There's no guarantee that you roll 1, 3, and 5 exactly 150 times. It is more likely that you could roll a 1, 3, and 5 about 150 times. And the difference between C and D is the verbiage. The verbiage of exactly and about. Exactly means it's definitely gonna happen. About means you may get 146, 147. You may get 150. You may not get 150, but that number be close. So I'm gonna go with C. Again, you put your answer here, put the cursor here, and then you explain why you chose the answer. And the explanation is pretty much, I just gave it to you. You just have to rewind back and listen to my explanation. And this is how, another way I could get you to learn something. So now, I'll go down here. We're going to part 2. I'm out of the 5 questions here, I believe. Out of the 5 questions here, I'm going to do 3. So here you can do this easily. This is a gimme. Convert 3/11 to a decimal. You take this numerator, put that 3 in here. 11 divided by 3. That gives you 0.27272727. And you put the answer here. And you explain your answer. How you chose that, or you can send me a picture of this. And 2. I feel like 2 you can do easily. 3. 4. Okay. Alright. 4. Ms. Donaldson earns $18.80 per hour. For the first 40 hours she works in a week, she earns 1.5 times that amount per hour for each hour beyond 40 hours last week. And last week, Ms. Donaldson worked 45.5 hours. How much she earned? So $18.80 per hour for 40 hours. For overtime, she gets 1/2 times that amount for each hour beyond 40 hours. So that's overtime. She worked 45.5 hours. How much money did she earn? How much money is an action word. Terms we have to add. So first, my first step is figuring out how much she earned for the first 40 hours. So we got 40. You guys can see that? Okay. 40 times $18.80 per hour. That gives us $7.50. Okay. That's for the 40 hours. Now 1/2 times that amount for overtime. So 1/2. So we have to find out the amount of money she earns per hour in overtime. We take the $18.80 times 1.5 per hour times 1.5 or 1.5. That gives us let's see, 28.2. Wow, she makes $28.20 each hour for overtime. So she worked 45.5 hours. So the first 40 hours is done. What's left will be 45.5 minus 40. We got 5.50 hours of overtime. So we take that that 28.2 per hour times that 5.5 hours of overtime, and we get what does that say? 155.11. So we take the overtime money and the 40-hour money, and we add them, 750 plus 155.11, and we get $936.10. Right? That wouldn't go there. That would go. Hopefully, you can go back to this. $936.10. That will go here. $936.10. All right. You could show me the picture of that. Take a picture of what you did in your paper, or you could explain it here. Now the second part. A health insurance payment of $34.55 was deducted. Deducted, that's an action word that means subtract from Ms. Donaldson's earnings, which is $936.10 for the week. After the insurance deduction, so we're doing deduction first. Payroll taxes equal to 28% of the balance. Whew. So let's convert that already to 0.28, so we could multiply that. Deducted means subtraction. What was the amount that Ms. Downs received? So we take our paycheck, we deduct it, then we deduct taxes, then we see how much she makes after taxes. And this is what happens in the real world when you make some money. So we take that $936.10 minus that $34.55. We get $90.55. Nope. $900.55. Then we take that $900.55 and we take the insurance deduction, which is 28% times 0.28, and we get $252.154. This is the number. This is the amount of insurance that they take. The dollar amount. Now you gotta take the dollar amount and subtract it from what was deducted from the insurance payments. So this is the money left after insurance payments. We have to find out what 20% of that is, which is this. This represents the taxes, the tax dollar amount. Now we take tax dollar amount and then deduct it from this amount to find out what she will bring home. Minus 252.154, and we could add a zero there, and we would get a total of $648.396. Now we don't have a hundredth place in the dollar amount, so we will round this. And this would round to, if we run around to nearest hundredth, right? This 6 tells us to move up. So this 9 goes to, this 39 rounds up to 40. $648.40. And that would go here. And then here, you would explain what you did for part A and part B, or show your work from this part to this part. All right, that's 2 questions. I'm gonna do one more, and then you guys are gonna be on your own. Actually, that'll be it. So live is gonna be Thursday. Yes, Thursday, which is the 26th. IG Live, 3/26/20 at 10 a.m. Be there, be square.